Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
Moving on, so much ground to cover, a whole map you might say. Let's head to Akkala-Eldin before circling north around Death Mountain and back into Goron Land.
Also, this is the 5th Tears of the Kingdom video. Check out the first 4 to understand my frustration. The playlist is in the description.
Came across a combat shrine. And I love these survival island mini bits here in a vacuum. It was definitely one of the best parts of Breath of the Wild, and a great idea to have these scattered about to keep the player on their toes. These are exactly what the test of strength should have been, but remember, it's fine when Nintendo charges us again for a more complete game. I mean, at least I learned where these doggies are in here, don't you know? But like... Then you have a literal tutorial shrine right next to this one. But then there's also just Jenga, or just hitting a target. Like I said, this is a mixed bag at best. Rewards are pointless after a while. Bad ones make the good ones seem worse because it shows laziness. Like, I don't know what else to say about these, man. I mean, I could complain about something else, like how this chick here is worried that monsters are anchored off the coast, but doesn't seem to care about the monsters up the road or the Yiga, but... Oh, I guess I did just complain about that. But yeah, the Yiga. Finally see them doing something. Too bad they die instantly. Still, glad to see them having one of the fashion dudes hostage. Could have worded that better. To have him make their uniforms. That's nice. Still seems like missing the antagonist being the antagonist like I complained about before, since they haven't been in a plot at all yet. Speaking of things I complained about in Breath of the Wild, the giant maze off the coast that so enticed me when I first played it back in 2017. Like, I just don't care to go through the exact same thing I did with the other maze for like maybe some armor. The third part wasn't that fun. Like, we're only like, what, 1/3-ish through this circle, and I'm already feeling the same way about above ground as with the depths. Like, sure, before I got some armor, the last maze was nice, and in Skull Lake I dived down to find a Stall Nox, which, you know, made sense for the location, and got the Bigoron sword. On brand for this to break. But like, I've been doing fine with my armor and weapons so far, so like, why really bother going through the humdrum? And while we're at it, the same thing with the horses, which I touched upon in my other videos too. Puppy's been fine. Why would I need another? I liked that this horse dude talks to me in my sleep. That's neat, and having the ability to bring your horse back is neat as well, but why would I go get another one? So it goes a little bit faster? I don't know, I still gotta keep stopping to climb, so it seems like that wouldn't make things that much more efficient for, you know, the time investment. Anyways, gut check rock. Climb up, it's a Rupia to Korok. Like, at least the last time there was something here. Circle around from there, see Leviathan bones for Breath of the Wild. Same thing but ultra hand instead of pictures, because this girl wants to see both eyes. That's not how fossilization works, but whatever. Of course, it's right next to the skull, just as I thought. Again, no real story, as she says, whoa! And even if there is one later, this did not entice me to look further. Typhlo Ruins. Once you have one sage power, it's pretty obvious what to do. No real story beyond, whoa, a Zonai thing! Rewards are gems, and isn't that supposed to be the Sword of the Six Sages? Whatever, forget everything you know about Zelda. Oh, there's something else. Another plaque. Another story. What? Come on, what do you think this is? Not Tears of the Kingdom? Of course it's nothing. You completed literally any of the dungeons, and this monolith under this ruin is literally pointless. Let's see if there's anything in the opposite direction of up. Nope. Just a shrine fetch quest. Of course, this new shrine idea is just a fetch quest. Some apples, a Zonai gotcha, and... Man, of course I'm bored of my new favorite dude here. No real new ways to fight him. Never mind. Back down to the memory, which the log says is one of the last ones, and I'll be honest, this kind of feels like the setup for Zelda's own separate story. Like, you know, everything before this was like some prologue section or intro cutscene from before the start of her quest in the past with the goal of fixing the Master Sword. Like, okay, forget having sections where we play as her. Can we just have this be her game, please? That just sounds way more interesting than Robot Boy T-posing while everyone tells him to fight the bads. Honestly, Breath of the Wild already felt set up for that too. Spoilers for that final Breath of the Wild video if I ever get around to making it in 3059, but that would be the #1 thing I do to fix Breath of the Wild. Make it Sheik, the video game, in the world where Ganon won. Doesn't have to be Ocarina, but that would be cool. You would have to use the new sneak mechanics and creative environment traversal to avoid enemies and take them out with rocks. You know, use your Triforce of Wisdom. Tell me the Great Plateau wouldn't fit with you playing as Sheik. I could go on, but we gotta move on. Still though, this cutscene just shows how G-tier of an anime this main plot is. Like, so before the story was like, no, I have a magic self-insert overpowered OC who's totally cooler than Link and Zelda and everyone likes him and etc., who just says screw you Ganon with his super cool Kikoho. Then oh no, how will Ganon be a threat? Screw you, now he's stronger because he just killed one person suddenly with no build up in one hit. Then oh no, what now? How will the heroes win? He's just so strong. Oh, Rauwu still did on Magic Man magic to stop Ganon anyways, but oh no, Ganon is still just so strong, you guys, that he's still fine despite being stopped by Rauwu and killed in Breath of the Wild. So Zelda gets the Master Sword conveniently magic to her for no reason so she can make it mastery-er with her magic so they can win. Yeah, sounds pretty juvenile put like that, huh? Either that or it's lazy. I'm gonna go with lazy, since again, they had a journal, Yonobos, tucked away in an easily missed spot with a crucial detail, so when I say it should have been shown, pedants will be like, well, it is there. You just didn't put in the work to find it. Also, how come so many people can read and write in this game? Like, you know in medieval times, most everyone was illiterate, right? And like, how do the Gorons write with their like big boy hands in these tiny journals? Anyways, let's do a circuit around Death Mountain to see if I was right that they just replaced the one small area outside of Goron Town in Breath of the Wild with a bistro and called it a day. Then go into the city, which involves minecarts. And this little loser wants me to take him to the ancient city of Gordania. I could genuinely sit here and pick out so many things that were stupid about this side quest of moving this kid down one track for 5 minutes. I'm not kidding. The main thing though is that this proves that the Gorons have no way to move their carts without Zonai fans, which is what I meant in my third impressions, but I said they had fans by the carts. BT dubs. At least in Breath of the Wild, they had like bomb holes in the back, which somehow made the carts go forward. Like, we never see the Gorons use bombs, or I didn't, but it was something. Here, there is no way for these carts to move forward. Do they roll them up the tracks with their roly-poly? Are we ever going to see that? Should I have to ask these questions? And is there mining equipment around Death Mountain? Okay, yeah, sure, but does that count as other settlements? I mean, not in my book, just set dressing, which is nice, but, you know, expected. And the few times I stop to engage with anything, it's a Korok seed, a shrine, or moving one cart again with the stuff that is literally behind it. I could rant about this dude being in this cave for another couple minutes alone, I am not kidding. And there's nothing better in the city. Maybe a side quest where the Gorons come from? I mean, that's kinda neat, but I've already been so soured on the story and side quest that I just don't trust Tears of the Kingdom to handle this well if their main plot was such a joke. And the main side quests in the 3 biggest non-story city settlements were just pathetic. I don't know. Maybe you can argue I'm no longer finding the good here and missing the quality parts, but be honest, dude, that's victim blaming, man. If your spouse said they'd cook dinner every night for a week and only did it once on Friday, and that one time it was burned, I think you'd be well within your rights to not trust that Saturday will be any different. Pattern recognition. Insanity is doing the same thing over and over and expecting different results. Anyways, let's continue playing and getting the same reactions from me. So in terms of change and saving the city, there's nothing really. I mean, it's better than Breath of the Wild, where literally nothing was wrong before or after. And I mean, sure, Zora Land has no goo, and Goron Land has people say, yay, we mine now, but like, that's the bare minimum. I mean, sure, you can argue that's what Skyrim did when you swapped Stormcloaks for Imperials or vice versa. Ulfric is a Thalmor funded trader, by the way. But that's still locked off quest lines and was part of a whole overarching main quest that, you know, at least tried to have some moral complexity instead of just fight tapads. I mean, heck, Majora's Mask did the same thing after you cured the lands of evil. Are we really gonna praise Tears of the Kingdom for doing what a Nintendo 64 game could do? I mean, I have to be right. I called it with Yonobo.
What do you mean we? I'm gonna leave and you're gonna stand there and say, GORO! Every time I talk to you.
Plus, I went and got all the rock roasts for this dude that, you know, was just around the corner from him when I delivered it. And the game deleted all but the one I needed for this specific side quest and then told me to go get the rest again. So I can tell when I'm not wanted here, GORO. Moving right along. Can't get into the Korok Forest. Okay, fair enough. Locking off what might be a story beat. Another Sky Island. Literally jumping through hoops. Another inn, this one's snowy and cozy. Pelipper is here looking for Zelda still. I already know she's in the past, and it's clear Zelda here is Nega Zelda, so why are we still doing this? But I guess we see Nega Zelda being bad? Whatever, ride in a straight line to spot the Protag horse. Enslave it again as it roams free among its brethren with the Moose God's guidance. Jump onto it after crouching, and just have enough stamina to mash the Soothe button. Red Dead 1, 13 years ago, actually had you have to chase the horse down if you couldn't crouch up, lasso it, then actually try to stay on bareback with the camera even being in a different position than normal. Wow, here I only needed like one stamina upgrade, maybe two. Like I've said over and over, for Breath of the Wild, everything is either level 1 or 2 on the flow channel. Also, I bet I could give it a max spawn before I get back. Yup, there it is. But absolutely no one replaces Puppy. At least I also get the royal saddle and bridle to give Puppy the clothes she deserves. Wait, they do nothing? Really? No upping her stamina or carrying capacity or, you know, whatever? Not like this was in every game with a puppy. Whatever. We're back to Oblivion horse armor. Except, failed to mention the giant fire-breathing dragon in the way of the horse. Okay, ice-breathing, but, you know, you get my point. Hey, I said I wanted a dragon fight in Breath of the Wild, and hey-ho, I got one. Actually, 3 I saw so far. And overall, honestly, I like these Gleeoks. They're in different combat arenas and have different abilities that affect you differently. Fireman is up on the pillar, Iceman has ice that expands to block your arrows, and Thunderman throws up a lightning storm so you know you can't use metal weapons. They were actually pretty tough.
Alright, let's go fight a dragon. Let's see what happens. Hey, Dragon Man! You! Wow, that's not doing a lot of damage.
Oh,
Yeah,
he fought back?
yeah, he actually killed me in one hit.
Oh,
Yeah, where he had a ranged attack where he's shooting lasers from 3 different heads, and he's using his wings to keep me from getting close. What do you know? An actual strategy. Oh. Don't notice me. I'm not here. Oh boy. Oh, you did go here.
how?
Oh. Yeah, he just yeah. I don't know.
Now this is a boss. Let's just try the same thing. That'll work.
Oh. Hi, friend.
So I can't get up.
Oh, he swatted me with his tail like a bitch.
Yeah, she's in the same strategy. That'll work. Ooh. Damn, you're lucky you were a little farther.
How much if I sit behind a tree? Did I do anything? Oh, shit! Yeah, down he goes!
Damn, like that.
Look at him tumble!
He's dead.
In fact, it's why you may have seen I, for the first time in Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom, upgraded my stamina to prepare to fight these dragons. maybe it's a bit annoying to try and hit their heads, but there is cover and you can attach key size, so you know. But is it a bit annoying to have to farm for those keys? Probably, but it makes the fight feel a bit more impactful since you have to, you know, stop and prepare instead of Leroy Jenkinsing it. Even still, I feel that doesn't make the combat too deterministic since I can still do something for those arrows, like the ice dude blocking you like I said, or you know, just doing a butt ton of damage if you don't have the right armor to prepare. And the final stage for them, like blowing up the ground so you have to paraglide up or you know, using the rewind on the ice was nice. Bit hard here, bit cheap there maybe easy if you have a billion eyes or the rubber armor or something, maybe have to prepare by getting the eyes and stuff, nice environmental usage, nice final stage change up, nice differences between them. I mean, maybe there are other issues I'm not seeing, but honestly, I think these are fine. You know, like a couple of details in this next cutscene. I love seeing Ramamu's ears shake when he gets mad and how Zelda actually used the Pura Pad to teleport them out of combat. Wait, how does that work in context? It made sense if the Sheikah Slate was, you know, the same tech as the shrines, but here the pad just exists but also works with the Zonai shrines in the same way? Why? Okay, now that I'm thinking about it, even less stuff makes sense here. Like, what arrogance did Rabbit Roo have? Like, he didn't kill everyone like Ganon's gonna now that he has the Magic Man rock that just instantly makes him the most powerful? And so Ganon just had to get one of those. Really makes these not champions seem kinda sucky if they can die to a single punch to the back. Also, the Moldugas were around before Ganon did this, which I guess shows he created the monsters here, so like, why did they puff into Ganon smoke in Breath of the Wild? Why didn't they die like regular animals? Whatever, we still have, oh my god, the rest of the tundra, Birdland, down to Gerudo, and I'm just really not caring anymore, man. So far, like, halfway around this whole map, not including the amount I trekked through while doing the main story, I found, like, what? One thing through this whole exploration-focused part that seemed okay? The Gleeoks? Like, after this memory, I went to another Sky Island, just a shrine fetch quest. I went into a cave, another shrine. Combat 1, but I'm getting tired of hoping I'll find one of them instead of a crappy puzzle. A Korok under, you know, I guess an ancient Rito ruin with another weapon. I found a map that says treasure be there. Went to get it because it just happened to be near a fast travel point. Oh, it's more armor, the only actual reward so far, but at this point, I just don't care about that either. And this isn't the first treasure I've heard about, but you know, if I could do the whole game without ever needing to do these treasure hunts of going to where the game says to for better gear, then like, what was the point of it? I don't know, man. Fast forward because the rest of the tundra is the same. More Koroks, more shrines, more Sky Islands with the same stuff. Oh right, the shooting range. Oh, it's also literally jumping through hoops. Screw this, Birdland. Again, just looks like Breath of the Wild now, which was supposed to be a ruined world. Any quests? Find a shrine? Never mind. Talk to a main character. Oh, it has the same structure as the other towns. Find missing treasure that will probably just be armor or a shrine. Fetch quest materials for a weapon that will break. I just don't care anymore, man. Maybe you, hypothetical Tears of the Kingdom lovers, somehow still watching this. Seriously, thank you to anyone still watching. I love you. Did care. Honestly, that's awesome. But like, I think I've made it plain how and why this game just did nothing to make me care about its world, its story, characters, side quests, locations, combat, puzzles, or anything. The Sky Islands are just Zonai dive spots or another bring back the gem or fight the big boy. It's a Korok, it's a shrine, it's a fetch quest with no character depth or twists or turns. It's breakable weapons or consumables or pointless Zonai tech or pieces of armor that may be something at some point, but even still, one reward from this game is maybe worth repeating the same challenges for, but even then doesn't change my dominant strategy or just make me more buffed. Screw Birdland, moving on. If only to say I tried to give this world every chance it could. Okay, what's at the top of this mountain? Hudson Man again. Wow, okay. Just down the slope? Korok, cool. Shrine below it. Another f***ing tutorial shrine? Dude, we had the plateau. What was it for then? Okay, mountain base, Pelipper again at the end. Goats ran off because Zelda, and... Are you f***ing kidding me? Again? You literally left me a f***ing line to follow? Are you serious? I don't think. Just follow the sparkles even though it's dark and raining. Next memory. Literally pointless. Zelda saying, I want to go home. No duh. And saying Link is cool. Nothing that says anything about his personality, just giving a cop-out for why he says and does nothing beyond video game objectives. At least this time it's in a memory and not tucked away. Oh my god, did she really just say, what a picture Zelda paints of this robot boy? You know, speaking of robot boy, I forgot to mention point 5 of why Link should be a robot. Thanks Poppy Inc. from our Discord for reminding me of this. Open invite down below in the description. The concept art and initial planning for Breath of the Wild had setting it in modern times, or at least, with more robot tech stuff. And in one concept design, Link had a guitar and a motorcycle. And in another, tell me this don't look like Robot Link. Whatever, let's just go get the final memory before finishing up in the Gerudo Highlands or Gerudo Land proper. That was the best part of the last video, so, maybe this world will end on a high note before finishing the story. Okay, they're kind of repeating the Ocarina cutscene, but from inside the throne room? Alright, but does Zelda really not notice how Reginald said Ganondorf? Even if she somehow doesn't know what he looks like. Dude! Oh my god! Did they just say that Zelda doesn't quite know why Ganondorf feels like an issue or why his name sounds off, but this self-insert OC somehow, for no reason that's explained, knows better? That's it. Screw this world. Great. I've hit another screw this I quit moment like I did with the Koroks on the floating plateau in the first video, the retconning and blizzard from this cloud line from the second, and that time skip making no sense at all in the third. I would have quit this game at any of those if I wasn't finishing these videos. Screw it. I'm not finishing exploring this open world. This game is a joke. This game is literally laughing in our face with what it can get away with. I don't care what's up in the Gerudo Highlands or Gerudo Town side quests. Even if it's the absolute best stuff in this entire game, garbage like this doesn't make any good stuff worth it. How about we just look up what the heroine statue quest version 2 is, just for completeness' sake, since I talked about it in my Breath of the Wild videos.
Are you kidding me? You just walk around and you get them and you carry them back to her? Some dumbass kid is like, gotta find my little stuffed toy, and they give you some gemstones? Are you kidding me?
Screw looking things up anymore if this is one of the most in-depth side quests out there. The other side quests were a complete joke. Same with the shrines. I'm not doing them anymore. I did 50 of them, and there's 100 more. Screw that. Even if some are fun, I'm not wasting any more of my life hoping they're another one of the survival island ones, which are a great replacement for the test for strength, but fixing a problem that anyone could see was a dumb idea ain't a positive, buddy. Screw getting the dragon claws, and maybe finding out why the dragons are coming out of the depths, or if they're people too, like Zelda, if I can help them. I don't believe anything would come of that, but now I'll never be proven wrong. I heard there's a quest with the Yiga underground, but I don't care. I'm not going to look for it. I don't feel there will be any more new enemies that aren't beaten by just hitting the weak point with the arrow. The new bosses I liked are now boring, but even if there's another, I can just go play Monster Hunter, dude. I don't care about all those maybe I'll learn more laters that I said now. Screw this world. I don't know. Maybe that means you can now say with impunity, well, you can't have a real opinion on this game because you didn't try to see literally everything. Well, don't know if you remember, but we all railed on Final Fantasy XIII for being hot garbage for the first 20 hours and then only getting decent after that. It was a point against the game, not the player. It's not on me to put up with Nintendo's crap and try to find a still-wrapped Snickers in their septic tank. I think I made it clear so far why it seems this game is truly terrible, and honestly, Not just a taste thing. Not saying you can't have fun with this, man, but this is a bad game. Congrats, Tears of the Kingdom. You made me not care. I'm moving on and just completing the main quest. That being said, at least Zelda Dragon pops up and shows us where there's another memory, so, you know, I guess we can just grab that super quick. Oh, and look who's there on the way with a Master Sword in her head. Just grab that real quick too. Too bad it's a repeat of Breath of the Wild with stamina instead of hearts. Can I get it without more shrines? If not, I don't care. Alright, screw this. I'm doing the game without the Master Sword. Time to see if it's even necessary. Who cares? I don't. What's the memory say? Alright, Zelda is gonna become the dragon that, you know, I just saw, so this cutscene was kind of pointless. Alright, I guess it could convey the emotion of the moment if the voice actor was capable of emoting. Wait, what? Mineru is in the Pora pad when... How did that, why did she agree to that? Like, what does that have to do with, why haven't I heard or seen of her? Like, what?
Zelda, why are you telling him anything? He can't hear you. He's not there. Okay, I guess that's all the explanation we get for those dragons' tears. Oh, yeah, that's the only reaction you have? You just watched this woman sacrifice herself to give you a chance on something. Oh, slight surprise as there's suddenly the silent princesses we never saw throughout this game. Oh my god. You really had no reaction to that. But you saw that, her deciding, I'm going to literally turn myself into a mindless animal in order to give you a fighting chance. Because she believes in you that much. Weight of the world on you. And your only reaction is, oh. And then... look around, oh, there's some flowers here. And then you look up and see this dragon and you turn to it. You, Nintendo. You, man. I loved these games. I loved your games. I cannot believe you would charge people money for this. It really is like I'm watching the hero become the villain. These games meant so much to me. All the other games you made meant so much to me. They were like my entire childhood, man. And that's what you do? Because you know you can get away with it now. And you don't care. You know, man, I don't care. F you. I'll finish up this game just for the video.
Alright, let's just plow through this main plot and get it over with. I'm so done with Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. Fort Town, once again, and cool, we get to see people we've helped throughout the game showing up here. Oh hey, there's Hestu too. So, to Pora, and we see Zelda standing around. Oh, we actually see her face this time. Cool, maybe that's the real Zelda. Alright gang, the not champions aren't here for reasons. Even still, let's storm the castle. But no, what do you think this is? The Battle of Kaer Morhen? Or the end of like Mass Effect 2 or 3? Where all the work we've done has led to a dramatic crescendo and all of our friends throughout our adventure join us? Of course we don't muster the forces available to save Zelda. There's just a throwaway line to justify Nintendo being lazy so no one but us can get up to the castle. But why not have the flying Rito join me? At least have the Rito carry a few people up, or I don't know, have me build a bridge for the forces to invade. Building bridges is like your fucking fetish, Tears of the Kingdom. But nah, Link, just go ahead and do what we watch. Fine. And of course, no reaction to seeing Zelda. I looked up the cutscenes online because I, still had my Robo-face on. Just a bit of surprise of, where is she? Not like that's the literal bare minimum logical response or whatever. More proof Link is a robot going off of what they determine should be the logical reaction or anything. Also, I'm just gonna take off the robot helmet just to see his face so I don't have to do that double check again for no reactions next time. So, I think I've proved so far you can replace him with a T-posing mannequin that says and does nothing, you know what I mean? And honestly, this castle is somehow easier than last time. No goo walls blocking me, I can ascend through the ceiling, no laser bots at least trying to stop me from climbing. Can still get around it with all the waterfalls, fight the same enemies as before in a corridor, I guess. That's it. You know what? Whatever. The quicker this is over, the better, man. Make it to the top. Zelda shows me the throne room in the past that should awaken my memories. I fucking bet you this is a cutscene they planned for Breath of the Wild. And yeah, okay, this boss fight is fine too. I like that the dudes switch up their weapons, and one of them throws down Gloom, so you gotta focus on him. I mean, it's not really winning any awards, but like, I think it's fine. Too bad it pulls the old losing game, winning cutscene.
Where the have you been the whole goddamn game? You just show up when I need a Deus Ex Machina? I don't think you were even in the fucking town. I don't care about this.
I thought y'all couldn't get up here, but now you can. Whatever. Wish I cared, but none of you came with me on my journey, so I'm really only seeing you for the second time in this game. We could have had Riju and Sidon swapping royalty tips with him being more experienced and her still questioning herself. Or, you know, Tulin helping Yunobo be more confident and Yunobo realizing, oh, wow, a kid is more confident than me, Goro? And Tulin realizing that working with others doesn't just mean admitting weakness, but adding your strengths. But no, that would be work. Like how they showed us the memory cutscene in case we didn't find it before, instead of directing players to those story beats. But even still, like, so what, Ganon? You'd summon monsters and be a bad? No way. God, this entire story really is just a seesaw. There's just no tension. We don't get anything about Ganon or Bugs Bunny here being warriors or kings beyond them saying, I am a king. We don't see the not champions or modern not champions growing as people, or beyond maybe like what, one cutscene where they get their whole arc instantly resolved, nor do we see them actually plan or figure out how to win. No, like I said, it's still just OMG Raruo Rabaru so strong. How will Ganon even be a threat? Oh, just let him have one of the stones instantly, then OMG Ganon is so strong. What are we gonna do to have the heroes win? I don't know, make him weak again, and then he's just so strong still anyways. That's tension, right? Yeah, if you're 8. And honestly, that would be fine. You know, if you're fine giving your kids garbage. But Tears of the Kingdom wasn't sold as just for kids. It wasn't sold as baby's first Elder Scrolls with baby's first tower defense mode. For a 14 out of 10, best game ever made, praised by people my age and older who aren't paid off by Nintendo for 10 out of 10 reviews, come the duck on. But whatever. At least we see the only line of dialogue that made me think for half a second, where Riju's like, well, if he ran away, he's not at 100%, right? Cool. Finally, something that was actually written beyond dialogue that just restates what to do or what's happening. But also, Ganon says the puppet distracted me. But from what? Him recharging? Is that what he's been doing this whole time? Was it established he was doing that? Like, he was already strong enough to lift the castle as a mummy and make all these problems throughout the world. Like, you know what? Whatever. Don't even think. Not even on the only decent line so far. But you know what? Even though I'm pissed this game isn't over yet, this fake out for Hyrule Castle, it honestly isn't the worst idea. It does sort of fit into the fake out of Zelda not being Zelda, you know, if that wasn't obvious, but whatever. It is cool how they're saying, dang, guess we need to find that 5th sage. Where are they? LMAO, I don't know, go find them. Probably check ancient places? I mean, I'd figure it's Kakariko since they had big ruins and something about needing sages, and I hope so because I just want this to be done, but in a vacuum, that's not a bad thing. Okay, anyways, please, yes, it is Kakariko. Oh my god, thank you, sweet Jesus in heaven. Yeah, fade to black to despawn the rope so I can ascend up. Oh, thank goodness I already have the camera too. And hey, you know what? I don't hate how the characters logically put together what to do here. I mean, it shows how useless Link is since he says and does nothing beyond, you know, going to get the picture, and I feel like it is also kind of obvious what the Dragonland, the Zonai we're talking about to the southeast is, to the player, and if it wasn't, it does take away the ability for the player to find out, so it's glorified telling the player where to go, but still, not the worst exchange if this was a show. Also, I like that the dude who was a PhD, as we understand it in a fantasy setting, is part of the research team since, you know, he was studying agent stuff in Breath of the Wild. But moving on, I just want this to be done. Just like how I wanted the Zonai ruins to have a point. They finally do. Nice. Took you too long for them to actually matter in the story though. The ancient Nords stuff became pretty important pretty early in Skyrim, and a story about how the ancient Nords fought dragons. Oh no, come on man, I need to find the shirt. Don't make me do work, just let this be over. Oh, never mind, there it is. And he tells you what the forest serpent is on the plaque here. Don't have to think. Classic Tears of the Kingdom. Oh sweet, and the rest of the clothes are just along the way next to bright lights so I can't miss them. Thank God I was coming dangerously close to waking up. There we go. All done. Alright, send me into the last dungeon. Oh my God, you did not. The one time I praised the Sky Islands because I had to think and struggled to get through because of the thunderstorm, just had that taken away. Okay, whatever. Wait a minute. I don't think Link's mouth even moved. Wait, let me just check another time. Wow, it really doesn't move. Almost like he's supposed to have a speaker instead of a mouth or something since he's a robot. Like Red is cool and Sleepy Shadow said in my comments. Conspiracy theory, Link is already a robot. Hit me up, Zelda lore theorists. And of course, it's just so much less interesting or challenging to go through these Thunder Islands now. But for completeness' sake, let's have a final live reaction gambit going through the final worst Mario levels. The final area. And we're still doing the in the tutorial. Don't you dare fall. Let me guess. Gotta build a minecart with a fan. Yup. Build something with a fan. Thank you for showing me exactly what I need to do in case I was a little confused. Uh-oh. Gotta be careful though, that one's made of metal. Can't use that one. I'll just build my own. It just tells you exactly what to f***ing do. Oh no, they're likes. What am I gonna do? Wonder if I'll just avoid them. Did that even hurt me? Took off 1/4 of a heart. Wow. Oh boy. The exact same thing. Oh, good. There's already one built. Thank you. Makes my job just like 2 seconds easier. Oh, that's what it is. I have to build a bridge to the minecart. Oh boy, it's my favorite thing in the world, the blood moon. I don't care. I'm not doing these shrines. Make me do them. Please do not make me have to do more shrines. I didn't actually mean it. I didn't really mean it. It's totally fine. You can... Oh, thank you, sweet merciful. Can you tell me exactly where to go? Thank you, I appreciate it. Makes my life a little bit easier. Are you really? Okay, we just put it on a bird and wait. Gotcha. Oh, go fastiest bird, it's you and me. Is this supposed to be some sort of an obstacle course? So it literally was just right in front of us. Why did you have me do that? Why did you have me walk 10 steps for another cutscene? Yeah, I'm down this hell to finish this game too. Okay, pick it up. Walk forward 10 feet. Have it tell me what to do. That's actually still kind of annoying because I can tell we're in a construct factory and there are 4 empty slots to move over Tears of the Kingdom. Let me end this playthrough. Apart from this factory, clearly not being OSHA compliant.
You sicken me.
You know what? At least it forces me to engage with its design, as boring as it is. And at least the Legend of Ultra Hand here makes sense since, you know, this is a Zonai factory, so Ultra Hand is required here. But like, the solutions are attach some wheels, turn a hook and attach some fans, attach some rockets, attach some wheels again. Like, this is clearly the last dungeon, and the best we're doing is still attach fans to things so they move along rails. 15 out of 10.
It boggles the mind.
I mean, okay, the one here where I had to attach a wheel to a chain and the door confused me for a bit, but apart from that, this was a joke, man. Just busy work of aiming with the bridge here and redoing it if you got it wrong. And speaking of that chain door, Nindy Gamer, hope I'm pronouncing that right, made a comment on my last video about a Twitter thread from some developer praising that as like a programming miracle. And like, maybe it is. But if Tears of the Kingdom only used it for one puzzle that's alongside 500 make a bridge busy work tasks, maybe you wasted some effort here, man. Whatever. We're closer to done. Hurry up. Wake up, robot, and join your robot boy comrade here for the robot revolution.
Comrades, throw off the chains of
Highly end.
oppression.
Are we actually gonna see you do cool robot stuff, or are you just gonna stand there and say Robo the whole time? Oh, alright, cool. My posse expands. I can't help it, man. I'm a sucker for parties and games. Why do you think I love Pokemon and Skyrim and like Mass Effect so much, man? I just love the image of this cross-dressing robot shorty, his 4 ghost buddies, and a mech suit. I can ride you? Is this game actually doing something? And we get to give you weapon. Oh, of course it uses batteries. This game is no stop having fun, the video game. Oh my god, and this mech suit does like no damage. It's slow, it's not very maneuverable. I still take damage from Gloom despite being able to walk on Gloom in this. I don't want to sit here and stun lock dudes or spam fire. You know what? Just like every other time, screw combat. Bye. Oh, okay. For some reason, you didn't start with the actual weapons, Robo. Alright, whatever. Hey, I'm Mr. Enoch. Zach. Like, you, man. Excuse me? An actual cannon on a giant robot suit did how little? Wow, it takes forever to recharge the battery. And of course, even the robot's weapons break. Just wow. Leave it to Tears of the Kingdom to make piloting a customizable ancient Hulkbuster mech suit through hell boring. Congrats, buddy. That's impressive. Alright, we're at the end. And let me guess, you're gonna tell me to attach missiles to your back rather than let me figure it out, huh? Well, all but saying it, I guess. But hey, at least the Spirit Temple is just a single boss fight. Keep me breezing through, please. Seriously though, at least the boxing match was a change-up? I mean, I love how here Tears of the Kingdom just says, nah, don't worry, it doesn't take batteries to have Robo walk. But thank God you can still stun lock every enemy. And hey, after the second phase, she just says how to beat this dude. Whew, almost felt some tension. That was a close one. It also only hit me once. And for a quarter heart. Defense boosting, making things easier. I legit didn't even notice I had that and just ate random food at some point. Thank God. Gotta keep breezing through.
Why the hell is there this like reveal music? Like, we know who this is. She said it. We saw it in the memories. So there's literally no reason for why she didn't help us before. She just said, I wanted to, but didn't. Yep, taking off that mask was a mistake. He is not reacting. See, he could have been Mineru's construct. Circumstances forced you to, so there's literally no reason. I can't believe you're literally just saying what she said at the beginning. Pride? It's a single attack. Not pride. He saw one attack and he was like, I see this. Rauru does a magic man magic and just fixes everything. Rauru is a self-insert fan overpowered OC. Change my mind. Smug. He's not being smug. He's just like, bro, you're really gonna like do this?
His name.
Oh, you. Don't you dare play that music right now. Get that music out of your fucking mouth.
Bring yourself away.
Generic, non-specific fatal cough. Oh, the worst disease in all of cinema history. Well, you didn't seem too upset about your brother sacrificing himself, but now this random lady who just showed up one day, oh, now it's all a big problem for her. Oh, for a second I thought she lost an ear. God forbid you show anything more than just like splotching some color onto her model. Love how Ganondorf being part of the Garuda is still never brought up. You know, you could have said that before instead of just saying, oh, circumstances made me have to do this. Didn't react at all, did he? This is the worst story I've ever heard.
Okay, so they are actually gonna make me get the Master Sword. Whoa, what a novel idea. Like dumping all of this info on Mineru's construct in the loading screen when I thought us going through the worst tank mission ever was the tutorial. Whatever. Korok Land. Oh my god.
Stop right there!
2 NPCs outside the Lost Woods are saying the exact same thing. That the forest is broken. Oh, but the Korok just tells me how to fix it. Fight by me. Closer to ending this game. Geronimo, Korok. Oh, even better. 2 Koroks tell me where to go, and they're posed in a direct line, so all I have to do is follow the pine codes. Thank God. Oh, what do you know? Tears of the Kingdom is finally working for me by not caring, not thinking, and just wanting things to be done as soon as humanly possible. Wow. Back up we go! Everyone is silent for no reason. Wow, just fight one dude when last time I had to fight 5 at once. Remember last time we went into the Deku tree and there was a whole dungeon? Apparently Nintendo doesn't. Who cares? Makes things easier for me now.
No, I don't give a that you put in the narrative that
Yeah,
the sword,
exactly.
you know, heals itself or whatever.
Just
like,
because
it's the same
just because you explained it doesn't mean it's fine.
right. Like, how would it be any different from me just having 50 goddamn great sticks,
Yeah.
and that's all I have? So when one breaks, okay, I move to the next one. It's the next one. It's the next one. It's the next one. Like, at that point, how is it any different?
Yeah.
No, seriously, I really don't understand why the shrines are such a huge deal.
Exactly.
Like, especially this last one that I just walked in on. I literally sat down, didn't even see the shrine. I was like, oh, do you have to hit a target?
Yeah, exactly.
I literally didn't even see the shrine for 3 seconds.
Yeah.
That's like...
That's
and you know,
baby
it's so like, when somebody... in your comments or whatever was like, oh, just get good scrub, and I'm like, all right, but you're really saying that when half the problem is that everything is too easy, that it takes no thought at all?
Exactly. Oh yeah, I love this. That's Zelda, apparently.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah. But like, oh
Did you
yeah.
just stab her in the head?
No,
Oh,
that's
just
where
right
the
over here.
yeah, that's just where it was when she swallowed the stone, and apparently the Master Sword knew to just embed itself into her.
Aw.
Also, look, what a trial.
Woof.
Just hold a
Hold
button.
A.
Like
Hold A.
I
Hold A to save your life.
Yeah.
Like, you don't even have to push it fast, which is hard.
that is the first bit of actual emotion I've seen from him in this entire game, paying a little bit of due reverence to the sword of the goddess, who's supposed to be, you know, the god of his religion. And we're gonna go over there and be like, here, hey, poor, he's gonna be like, oh, he's gonna wiggle his hands without moving his mouth.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's gonna be like, oh, here you go. I found the sword. And Porter's like, what? You say you found the sword?
Wait,
That's amazing, Link. Wow, what a way to attempt to have the bare minimum of continuity. Look, I bet you the next one it's gonna be the exact same map. They're gonna have a few more bells and whistles, and they're gonna be a calamity, upheaval. What's that? This is the new problem. Yeah, it, don't buy that.
What?
See what I just say? The Master Sword is restored. You say that was a joke.
Damn. I did.
I just did. I just got here to tell you this.
Okay.
How was that not my main quest to start with? Which one's just a dude, and who's the
Lady.
seasoned warrior of the desert sands?
Not that ass.
She's like, I know the ways of the Muad'Dib.
Oh my god, right?
And this dude's like,
"Hi."
yeah. Okay, go underground, follow the path. No problem, Chief. Let's get this done.
Oh my god, the floor is lava.
Oh my god, no, this is for children. The floor is lava. Found a new decent enemy, though.
The is that? Hey, you man. Oh, jeez. What? Oh God, let me out! I got dude.
Oh
Who
no!
that is?
Oh,
Douchebag.
shit. He said I literally eat bitches like you for breakfast.
I did call him ugly. It's because he's ugly. He shouldn't be so ugly next time.
Yeah, take that, bitch. First try.
You know, that seems to be the main theme of my positives. I think some of the bosses are okay, but like I said, Monster Hunter. Okay, here we are. Probably. I love how they give me what may as well be a core mechanic, like, right at the end, but I don't give a crap about Zonai buildies, and maybe you can do this earlier on, since diving into this hole seems cool? I don't know, whatever. Oh, hey, it's Koga! Okay, he's actually popping up in the story. Makes sense he's down here, since I knocked him into a hole before. Still not too sure I like him being the comedic relief when, you know, there's really been no active villain but goofy-looking monsters. Really feels like he needs that Suga guy from Age of Calamity to, like, balance him out, or, you know, see Koga doing more evil, so it's kinda creepy how he's still so goofy, but still, like, you know, being evil? I don't know. Just want this to be done. Who cares? This fight is a joke, but that's fine by me now. And he tells me where to go. Thank you.
Is this not supposed to get old? Because, like, we get it. He's goofy.
Yeah.
Bye.
What you call it?
Link just watches him leave. See you.
Yeah, because he's a joke. He's not a real threat.
And I guess they leave me with a present because there's literally no way that anyone else left that for me. There were the little Yiga tag things that flew off. They said, "Here you go, Link. Have a chest."
Because they're secretly fans.
The Yiga are tsundere for Link. Confirmed.
Yep.
Makes as much sense as having the tutorial for the auto build a second time.
Whoa, that's so amazing! This mysterious power goes beyond scientific explanation. Don't you live in a world with fire-breathing dragons?
Nah, dead ass. Like, all of your hair is white.
Thank you!
You're already magic.
Aren't you sitting next to a statue that's, like, crying out for dead souls?
Too bad I never use Zonai stuff and it's pointless. I'm not mining for Zonite when I thought they were in the sky, not in the depths? What? Who cares? Maybe it was explained. I'm not looking for that anymore. Whatever. Go down. Follow the statues again. Yes, sir. See a Yiga camp. That would be a nice change of pace, but I'm not gonna do that.
Oh yeah, and in the plane. At least it's different than the first one.
Yeah.
But, like, that's bare minimum, buddy boy. Oh, look how...
Oh, like when he comes down, he doesn't even, like, hit you.
Nah, I just, whiff.
I mean, maybe, like I said, it's a comic relief. Maybe it's just a little easy thingy for you to get done. But yeah, it's not funny anymore.
Yeah, it was funny.
Yeah, but that's subjective, I guess.
It's funny once, but then, like, you just keep repeating it. The joke's not funny anymore. You know?
That boat one, was he avoiding Riju's electrics? Why can't I just tell Sedan to go capsize him? Whatever, it was a joke again, I only got hit once. At least there's different land, sea, and air battles. Should this have been earlier to introduce me to Zonai construct stuff? Whatever, at least the Yiga are part of the story with an actual reason to be here and, like, actively doing stuff that can't just be replaced by a theming raccoon, even if it's not directly affecting anyone yet. Oh my god, Jesus, the villains are being villains. That's the level of praise we're on. Whatever, repeat of BattleBots.
Whiff.
Oh my god, hey, it's that part of the game where both you and your friend both play Scorpion. Why even have it? How is it literally any different from any other weapon?
It's not. And yet they made it out to be this thing you have to get.
Oh, that.
I feel like you should have led with this, buddy.
No, dead ass.
Yeah.
Where's yours? Like, our bitch can't do that?
Nah, she can't do that.
What? Send her back to the manufacturer.
Oh yeah, I'll just do what I did last time, the last robot fight. Oh, skulls are alive?
Oh, that's creepy, bro.
They talk to each other? They talk to me?
They are in your head.
Oh, I wonder if that's gonna fail on him. I wonder if it's gonna be literally exactly the same as Breath of the Wild.
Okay, that's a cool looking weapon though. Well, it looks like the type of you would draw when you were in 7th grade. But like now it's funny because it's just like, all right, Koga, see you next year.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
now
buddy.
He's going up instead of down this time.
Oh, isn't that cute?
All right, Koga, see you next year.
Thanks for the treasure.
Thanks, Sam.
I love our little training weeks. Our training weekends.
See, you know what? if Link was sitting there like that 80s cartoon,
Mm-hmm.
sitting there like, excuse me, princess, while Koga's over there like, you know, reaching at him, but Link's got him like, holding his head, and he's like, as that's happening, and Koga's like, I will destroy you.
Yep.
Like, I would watch that show.
I'd still watch it anyway. That show was really cute.
Alright, Koga told us where the Demon King is. What a title! What was wrong with Ganon? Did that make it too obvious how you're retconning how Zelda said Calamity Ganon has given up his physical form? Why did it take me so long to say that? Who knows? My brain is fried! Back to the castle and... oh my god. This is it. The end of the past 6 years of hating on Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom so far. The end of this playthrough that I can't believe made me praise Breath of the Wild by comparison. Alright, let's end it. Not Calamity is below Hyrule Castle. Hold on, let me get this straight. We didn't think to check the last place we saw him. G-tier anime, people. Wonderful. Well, let's blow all our money on some supplies. Get some extra hearts. And... alright, chums, let's do this. By just running past everyone. Yup, I don't want to engage with the mini-bosses here. This Lionel, this other single cannon puppet, screw it. Why waste my energy? Navigate using the same techniques we used through the whole game with no variation? Thank you. Let me speed through.
Okay, just turn off my sages for reasons? Just literally no reason. Just, oh, they can't be here. Sorry. Nope.
I mean, if you wanted it to be hard, you could have just made it so that I had to fight everyone.
Yeah. Look at me.
Like,
just...
okay, like, I don't think that's a bad idea. You know, that, oh, like, the closer you get to the gloom or whatever, your sages can't reach you. But, like, don't, like, just drop that on me after I walk in or some shit.
Yeah. Look,
Like, how am I supposed to prepare for that?
Look, in the middle of this fight, I'm just switching out my weapons and everything. Oh, that broke. You know what? Screw it.
What?
Sorry. Pardon me, sirs. Also, dumbass me not bringing any gloom healing food.
Yeah, that's your fault.
Well, to be fair, I had no idea this would be all over the place, but I guess
no,
it
that's
does
dumb.
make sense.
That's dumb.
Don't even need to kill these guys just because they die in one hit. It, you know?
No way. Not in the end game. Dead ass?
Yeah, because they're weak to elemental attacks, so you just hit them once with an elemental thing and they die. At least just to get their arrows.
Wow. I guess they want to give you a break.
Yeah, the final boss, the final area should be a break.
I'm saying, like, at the end of the final area, you know, like how in all the other ones, they have the room where you can take a breather and you get all your potions and shit. That was those in my head canon.
It's the mural things again.
We're coming full circle.
Why didn't you come with me throughout the game?
Y'all waited for me to clear the entire way. Aw, it's cute that they showed up, though. I can do it, Dad!
You know what the worst part is? These bokoblins here, those are low-level bokoblins. They're not even high-level. These are like level 1s and 2s. See, look, he dies in 2 or 3 hits. Look at that, immediate. Oh, that guy's higher ranking. He dies in 4 hits. You couldn't even give me, like, the biggest big dudes? Like, I don't mind, like, end this game sooner, but, like, it's the end game, dude. I feel like you should have come at me with everything you got.
Like, the last waves aren't, like,
No,
the final levels of them?
No, there's only, like, one black dude. And black isn't even the highest level of the enemies. So at this point with my weapons, they die in, like, 3 or 4 hits as compared to 1 or 2. Oh, them zombie guys. The ones who die.
Bones?
Yeah.
Die in 1 hit?
Yeah, the guys who die in 1 hit if you have an elemental thing.
This is the 3rd wave?
The 3rd wave.
And this is like the pre-boss fight.
Yeah. This may as well be the prelude to the final boss. Oh, now Riju can take a hit from these guys. Oh,
shit.
Buggy's back.
No, thank you. Okay, but we beat them one at a time.
Yeah.
I can do it, Link. You're my new dad. You always believed in me. And Link's like,
Yeah.
yo, deadass, you have one heart. That's crazy.
I can do it, Dad.
Oh, well, here we are, almost done. And I really don't want to go back from the finish line and farm for Sunday lions to undo this gloom effect if I can even get back here. I don't know. I just want to finish this game. Screw this. Have health. Let's go.
That wasn't even like a good villain speech. Like, good villain speeches, you're kind of like, oh, he has a point. This is just like, boo, the sun. Boo, peace. Like, why?
G tier anime, that's why.
Oh, gross. That's creepy as hell. Oh my god.
They just turn on.
Oh my god.
Ganon is a robot confirmed.
Yo, that was creepy as fuck.
Who writes this
Okay, there enough. I mean, he's a little bit of a buttersface, but you know.
And I want to get upset at this fight, and I did.
How is that not a flurry rush? I hate this game so. Why do you have that stupid effect where it just takes away your maximum health? That's so stupid.
But I will concede that many of my complaints I have here may very well... Oh, hold on. One last minute edit here. Are a you problem. Own up to your mistakes, Orion. You just rushed in without... Yeah, whatever. A me problem. Because I didn't bring enough gloom recovery when diving down into the depths. And I just wanted this game to be done. I honestly do feel there is a lot to like here that makes this a nice challenge. I really like how Ganon dodges me. Like, I love seeing enemies having the same abilities as the player. I love that he uses weapons like his puppets, but, you know, they have new gloom AoEs. I like that the Master Sword is more useful here. I love that in his final form, he could just bitch slap arrows away or charge through my bomb arrows like a goddamn badass.
This isn't even my final form.
Yeah. G tier anime.
Okay, that's a cool look.
Looks like a Kuma.
You can't tell me I don't look cool.
Sure.
Oh god. Okay, that's funny.
That is.
I like that.
Okay, that's really
That's
cute.
great.
That's some Undertale style shit.
That's so cute.
I like that.
Oh okay, see that I could get behind.
Yeah.
That cute
Nah,
shit.
I ain't doing that, man. You come over here. Smack.
Yo, imagine if that was like it though. Like you came all this way,
Yeah.
and then his elbow accidentally clipped your head, and that's just the end of it.
Yeah.
The world is ending now. What?
Oh, no mid-boss fight checkpoints.
What?
Go through
Oh my
all
God.
over again.
Okay, now that really ruins it though.
Yep.
But I also feel this game kinda didn't properly prepare me for this fight in a way. Like, I spent the entirety of Tears of the Kingdom using mostly spears, so I'm not practiced using a sword, or honestly, combat generally. Like I've been saying, I avoided most fights, so I'm really not used to doing flurry rushes or parrying or something. Maybe I can argue this is a broken skill chain, like me not parrying lasers with Ganon in Breath of the Wild, but honestly, it could just be me here. But with a final boss in a freedom-focused game, why not have multiple options like Deus Ex have, or, you know, like Breath of the Wild with Ganon and his everything-proof shield? I could use Urbosa's Fury on him like I did. I don't know. I hate that at the last boss of this whole Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom saga, I feel I have the least amount to say. Because it may well be on me. Maybe there were other options beyond flurry rushes, and my exhaustion is why I didn't experiment with them, like trying out fire attacks on him, or using attack/defense boosting food more, but also I swear to god the flurry rush timing is like weirdly off, and like I think I've seen a couple other people complain about this. But maybe it's just me. Even still, honestly kinda made me, embarrassing to say, rage quit because I felt so cheated by the missed dodges and I just want things to be over, and realized when I came back, even though I spawned outside Ganon's boss fight when I died, if I quit, I loaded up before the Horde battle.
I can't believe they really did that. That they really didn't autosave here. And they didn't give me the option to save here, so it's the intended experience that if you have to leave and can't take your portable Switch with you, you have to redo that part.
But eventually, I did it.
I feel like we should be stopping this.
I want a good fight.
And now, for the final form. You know what? After all this, why don't we just have the live reactions to this final fight? Give you the authentic ending to all this.
Yo, y'all was some lying ass piece of y'all was taking a nap.
Yup.
I'm sitting here, put my life on the line.
You're
and
so
y'all
right.
Like,
They were just like, yeah, it's like, did he win? He's too strong for me.
oh.
Like, is this supposed to be dramatic? Am I supposed to be saying like, oh my god, he's so powerful now? Like, this is literally just the first time I saw him in the last game. This isn't dramatic for me. This isn't new.
Woof, dude.
All right, just Link, pull out your sword, stab him in the gums, and then go for his eye. Oh, there she is. There's the wormy noodle.
I mean, I kind of like it story-wise, though, like how they're dragons and stuff.
Yeah. Wait, so how does Zelda know how to help Link? I thought she, like, turned herself into an animal.
Instincts.
Yeah, right?
Spiritual dragon instincts.
Are the other dragons gonna come help? I thought they were servants of Hylia. I don't know, maybe they would have come help if I did a side quest with them or some
This
shit.
guy's crazy.
Oh boy, I wonder if it's gonna be like a dragon fight like in Breath of the Wild. Let's find out.
What if takes your
Oh, thanks, Zelda. She blocked some of the projectiles. All right, so what do I like? Go and stab him in the eye, or
Sure can't hurt.
a shot? No, I missed.
You suck.
Oh no, there's his weak spot.
His asshole?
There's a weak spot. All right.
That is a sphincter.
Let me just. All right, Ganon, hold still. Just
Let me
wait.
feel a little pressure.
Just yeah.
Sorry.
Just wait for me, buddy. Okay. Oh my bow. Oh, there I can just. Can I just land? All right. Oh, there we go.
Whoa! Like,
Totally feel any pressure.
you know what I mean? Right in that
Oh.
place too?
His claw just passed right through me.
Damn.
Don't move. No, Ganon. Stop moving. Okay. Okay, he stopped. Good. All right, I'll go back to the other one then. Look at him. See, he's waiting. He's letting me get onto him. You try to hit me? No, you're gonna turn? All right. Almost done. Oh, hey, he shot me towards the next one. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate it. Hold still. Hold still, buddy. Need to. Oh, he actually. Wonder if he'll actually hurt me if I touch him.
Oop.
Oh, 1 heart of damage. Yeah, that really feels appropriate when last time he was knocking off half my health for sneezing at me. He's shooting stuff at me. Oh, almost hit me that time. What if I just hold straight? Oh, nope, 1 damage. Alright.
Oh my god, these eyes.
Stay still.
Really bugging me.
Again, stay still. I need to line this one up.
Hiya!
You need to not move, okay?
It's not gonna shake you off at all.
Hold up. It's really important that you let me get this needle in the right spot. I think I'll go with the... Alright, I'll go with the classic.
Whee! Oh, you didn't even try to shake you off for nothing? Press the goddamn button.
Nah. Hold up. Hey, you ready? I'm gonna savor the moment this game ends. Like, I don't feel anything for this. Like, we already did this. We already sealed him away, we thought.
Yep.
I don't...
So there's nothing different about this.
Yeah.
We're just gonna have to do it again in 10 years?
Like, he was already defeated, but he was just under the castle perfectly fine. No explanation for how that happened either. Or he could f***ing explode.
It's about goddamn time.
That's cute. They had the quest thing pop up there. Why is he shirtless?
I earned that bitch.
Oh look, surprise. The only emotion he's shown this entire game. Yeah, that's the appropriate reaction to having defeated the Dragon Demon King and now being transported to the astral plane with no shirt and a ghost furry and his furry wife. Well, just his wife. Show up and you use your light magic from your robo arm to turn your best friend or whatever back from an immortal dragon into a princess. The appropriate reaction to that is, oh, Zelda gets to keep her clothes. Can show man nips, but not female nips.
Disgusting.
Oh, his hand's gone now for reasons. It's back to normal. How come they ain't wearing no shoes? No, I guess he's just going to sleep.
I mean, you don't think it's earned it? To be fair, another 300 years.
Yeah.
Wake up. We need you. He's like, can't you ever just want to give me a goddamn present?
That's why he should be a robot. They turn him off when they don't need him. Yeah, Zelda's as dumb with this as I am.
She's like, I'm fucking... Oh, we have to save her one last time.
Alright, fine.
This music is cute. It's like, alright, Knight. Save your princess one last time. To be fair, she also did just transform from a dragon. So I'd probably be beat too. Oh, that's cute. I think that's really sweet.
It's a good shot.
It really is.
Get that
music out. That was cute as fuck. Alright, you need to curve now. You curve around that bitch.
That was
heart contusion.
Pancake. Wow. So much emotion. He doesn't say or do anything during this. He doesn't help her up. Doesn't help her up at all. Is he shorter than her? From what I saw, it looked exactly the same as it does now. That's cute. The mission complete thing there.
That is cute.
Oh, there's the actual title. Don't know why you had the logo branded onto it when you very clearly just didn't want to make any more of these. Do you have any final thoughts? Or do you just not?
I mean, I like this music. And I think I feel like this finale was pretty strong, but it's just a shame because it doesn't match the entire rest of it. Like, it doesn't feel earned.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like...
Well, apart from the dragon fight, it's not a good finale.
Oh, well, yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I said, I feel like, the Ganon fight was pretty strong. And like some of this narrative stuff, like the music choice and some of this stuff with Zelda just now, I feel like it was good, but it just didn't follow well.
Yeah.
So I don't feel like it was impactful. But I thought it was nice. But that could just be me emotionally reacting to those few frames where Link was reaching for Zelda, because I'm a sucker. Because it's so cute.
It was a good shot.
Like, down, like, yo, excuse me, why are we talking about Mifa or whoever? Like, obviously, if y'all just made Zelda and them romantic, like, I don't give a 2023 or whatever. If y'all just made that romantic or whatever, that would have been mad cute, okay?
Mm-hmm.
But anyway,
but that
like, we're seeing all this like, I don't really care about, Tulin and his dad,
Yeah.
Because we didn't see him prove that he could do it. Like, we didn't see him prove that, hey, my dad was right. Like, just because I can do that doesn't mean I can pretend that I'm the best at everything and I'm not going to take help.
Yeah, he got help one time from one dude and then went with Link, who did everything. Literally any Rito warrior, anyone who was a Rito warrior could have done that. It's not special in that regard.
Again, it's me, and I wasn't really here watching it. But every time I came, there was no character. Like, all the avatars and stuff were just avatars.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't, all of their character arcs were, like, what, a half hour? 2 hours or something?
And most of that was probably just walking to and from whatever we were doing.
Exactly.
And the character arc was just resolved within, like, meeting them and then doing one thing for them, and then they go and do the Divine Beast thing.
Mm-hmm.
There was no real arc. Especially for Nobo here. Mind controlled and then wasn't.
Like, all the it's not like, oh man, like, gosh, remember, God, he changed so much, he's such a, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Like, in Mass Effect, you start out with all this get the personal missions, and you're like, wow, I know more about this person, and like, now I see why I can trust them to be my pet NPC, or whatever it is. Yeah,
and even still, like, this is supposed to be a sequel, and this would be at the end of Mass Effect 2.
Right.
And we're sitting here with Sedan, who we should have seen throughout the 2 games.
Right. Like, how are you gonna have them, like, try to have this culmination of friendship and camaraderie at the end of, like, toward the end of the boss,
when they literally
didn't get
do
to
anything.
do anything with them? Like, we had the one missions, which was, just for you to get their ring power. Yeah. And then the entire rest of the thing, who you're fighting with, is just their shapes.
Yeah, they're literally just their 3D models. Also, when he did his smile thing there, he didn't do his traditional, like, his wink thing. Yeah. They even had him smile. They didn't do the ding thing. You kidding me, man? This game is so sloppy. These guys had voice directors? How do I get that job? Sounds like I just sit in the booth and say, yeah, sure.
Very sad.
It is.
Because it's like that Witcher show. Because there's really a lot of potential here. There's so many things that could have been given more depth, that it just seemed like they didn't focus on for whatever reason.
Yeah. It's because it all got in the way of Link T-posing. Fuck you, AJ Onuma. How fitting his name is over Ganondorf.
Shut up.
Kim. No, it ain't. You're gonna release another one, and it's gonna be 80% of what you wanted Breath of the Wild to be. Oh. Post-credits cutscene.
I can't believe such an impressive landmass can float in the sky.
You're saying that now? You're saying that now at the end of the game? The whole thing about floating sky islands, and now you're saying, wow, that's impressive?
This is only a theory, but Raru's power of light and Sonia's time power. For Zelda to transform back, they both must have channeled their abilities through you, Link.
Yeah, I was there. Only a theory, and yet Link says nothing to confirm that that's exactly what happened. What is this pause? What the fuck was this?
Say it at the same time?
Wait, did you all not swear your fealty to your queen before this? Did they know that memory thing was there? Did they know? Like, why did they do that? Of course, the only death in the entire story is the person who's already dead.
Oh, that's that robot lady?
Yeah. Look at Pura, she's back there like, man, I'll get paid enough for this. Pura spaced the out. I respect that. Well, that's that.
Alright, cool. I wish it could have been better. I wish it was more emotional or whatever.
I wish it was better too, man. I really wish it was. Any post-ending bouts, or do I just get a little star next to my save file? Just gonna start me up right here before... Oh, I get a little character profile for Ganon where it says he is the bad. Wow, I feel so accomplished. That's all I get to show I beat the game? Alright, man. Gives a shit. This game's over. This game, I'm out.
They make a third one. I don't think I'm playing it.
I didn't like this game. Like I said, this was the worst game I ever played. Taking that title from Breath of the Wild, despite making some improvements in some places, and that feeling of these two being the worst games ever, coming from Zelda and Nintendo, which practically raised me, were what spurred me to make these videos at all. These have been incredibly personal videos for me, as you can probably tell by now, and especially if you see my Breath of the Wild videos with my ending monologues, or that now very mid part 1. And that's because I think Breath of the Wild sucking was one of the biggest turning points in my life. I think it was my coming of age moment. It was when I finally turned away from video games. Sure, I came back to them with a hat in time, but like, it wasn't the same. That boyhood wonder was gone. I came back as an adult, seeing games as just toys to have some fun with, not to gain any sense of achievement, because there were dishes to do. They and anything else that seemed like a big deal before were just not important to my life anymore. I really spoke, no hyperbole, when I said over 2 years ago that it felt like the death of my childhood, because Nintendo games were my childhood. Sure, I loved me some Lord of the Rings and running through the forest, but at the end of the day, it was my SNES, Wii, GameCube, Game Boys, and DS's that I came back to, even when I had a PlayStation, Xbox, or like PC when I grew older. And in that time, I've seen games go from purely a medium of leisure to another tool of corporate exploitation. And let's be honest, that creed has always been there, but it wasn't what it is today. And even that didn't drive me from video games. But when Breath of the Wild reduced the ones I love to here's an open field and everyone ate it up with a smile, and I eventually decided, screw it, I need to make what I feel known. Because I was seeing everyone say the sky was red when I knew it was blue. I took the basic editing I knew and self-taught myself the rest. I studied further than I ever did in college. I worked on these videos alongside what was one very dark period of my life, just to give you some idea of how much I was committed to these. I said in previous videos I was pretty sure I was losing my voice, but you can see I have now. This is not like exasperation. I mean, it is, but because I just want to get this video out. So I read the entire scripts in one go, and somehow, despite Breath of the Wild sucking so hard that it made me produce my analyses, and Tears of the Kingdom was worse. Like I said, I had multiple that's it, I quit moments. A main story that feels like it was written by an 8-year-old. Arcs that are instantly resolved. Global amnesia, still only shrines, and random chests and Koroks, bland dialogue that just repeats what we saw or says what to do with maybe a GORO at the end, or overly praises us for stacking some bricks. Repeated cutscenes, puzzles that are just a tutorial over and over, sloppy mistakes, down to the readability of the text, how completely useless the Zonai stuff is, which just despawns anyways. Like, there's so much wrong with this game. There's stuff I didn't even really get into, and I can't reasonably sum up everything here. And don't get me wrong, I didn't want this. I wanted this game to be good. Believe me or not, people who can't understand that not everything is black and white. I hated Breath of the Wild, but I wanted Tears of the Kingdom to be good because Breath of the Wild had a few very good ideas. I didn't want to be hurt again, man. But like I said in my first impressions, I would have quit with the first Korok there, repeating the same text as Breath of the Wild. I really didn't want to play the rest of this. But I tried to give Tears of the Kingdom a chance. Then another, and then another. I gave it so many chances, I finished the damn thing. I only stopped exploring after like 3/4 of the world, including exploring the sky, side quest shrines, Korok seeds, cool looking locations, and the depths. I gave this game way more than enough time to determine if it's fun. And if there is stuff I missed, well, it didn't seem worth it to explore more when most of it turned out to be a waste of time before. So I don't want to hear I didn't give this game the time of day. And at the end of all this, really, I can only confirm that we're overpraised for the most basic things making it seem like this is the Candy Crush of open world games, massaging the rodent brain for finishing the most simple tasks. Heck, when I started not caring and not thinking and trying to get through things as fast as possible, Tears of the Kingdom made more sense. And maybe this means it's just for kids, but people my age and older have praised this, and you know what? Kids deserve better. That's like saying we should only feed our kids candy. Zelda before this was made with kids in mind, and it didn't treat them like this much of an idiot. And Tears of the Kingdom wasn't sold as just for kids either. But even still, for the people who still admit that Tears of the Kingdom may not be perfect in those areas, you know, 90% of the game. What's the main praise we hear beyond, well, at least they had actual problems in the town now, since Breath of the Wild didn't have that, which isn't a praise, by the way. That's admitting Breath of the Wild was unfinished and we were just charged again for the bare minimum. It's that we're still supposed to make our own fun, but rather than exploiting physics that offers no meaningful choices and devolves us into spoiled sport players with no structure around those exploits, now we're supposed to go with the meaningless choices of a fiddly Legend of Ultra hand that solves most of the puzzles to create Zonai machines that despawn. Why? Because we better find something to do in this game, but this has no connection to the rest of the game. It's just sprinkled on top with maybe one or two make another fan on a minecart. It's just like saying, well, the main obstacle course is boring, so why don't you just get off it and do jumping jacks along the edge? It's like being given a Pee Wee Herman breakfast machine to pour a room temperature glass of water. It's just like last time, being handed a blank book and told to write our own narrative when that's a book's only job. And even if we want to admit it's still disconnected, the praise I hear then about Ultra Hand videos, beyond the like 10 epic Zonai builds, is that it's impressive how it was designed. And even if it is impressive how it was designed, it's pointless how it was used. Look, I may be wrong, since I'd have to look deeper into actual mechanics and structures of the physics system, but still, looking at Banjo-Kazooie nuts and bolts compared to this reminds me of how I feel about Breath of the Wild's physics system. I was planning to expand more on that in my level design video of Breath of the Wild, but TLDR, it's like we're praising wood catching fire, which seems to be a lot less impressive when Big Money Nintendo does it, since, you know, Ocarina did that, and Minecraft made a whole physics system itself 6 years before Breath of the Wild, and that was an indie game made by like 3 dudes before it became the best-selling game of all time. So what if Tears of the Kingdom copied a build system from 15 years ago? Okay, I guess I'm repeating myself, but the point is, this is a bad game, and that sucks, coming off of Breath of the Wild when the bar was on the floor. So here we are at the end. And what score would I give Tears of the Kingdom? I'm not one of those people who thinks review scores are bad, you know? Games should have a theme, movies should have a log line, reviews should have a score, basically. And people have often asked, what score would I have given Breath of the Wild out of 10? I was planning for that to be the end of my Breath of the Wild videos, but I guess y'all have waited long enough. I'll say now I'd probably give Breath of the Wild a 2 out of 10. So what constitutes a 2? Well, I'll put full explanations for each score on screen, so, you know, feel free to pause, but for now, the important info is that I reserve 0s and 10s for games that go beyond traditional ranking. 0s are like overtly hurtful, like unregulated gambling, or simply unplayable. They don't deserve a score. 10s are genuine pieces of art that deserve to be put in a museum. 1 is you basically have a game that turns on when you turn it on. You know, gravity goes down. 2 is just, it's downright awful. Maybe there's something that could be done well if given to another developer, but the bad so outweighs the good as to make any good pointless. Guess where Tears of the Kingdom is going? Yeah, I've used that logic a bunch for a reason. If I want to be generous and not logical, in a vacuum, I'd say Tears of the Kingdom is a 3. Bad. Because it's not just below average like a 4. Even ignoring Tears of the Kingdom being a sequel, which we shouldn't, there's enough terrible puzzles, and the story sucks and etc. to bring it all down. Still, there's one or two things that you can have some fun with if you're already a fan of this type of game. But there's still way more bad than good, and it's just not really worth it. Like some of the boss fights, just play Monster Hunter, dude. Still, that's it. And improved upon Breath of the Wild in some ways, like having an actual dragon fight. In others though, it's still doubled down, like having a flat flow channel. And with Breath of the Wild in mind, honestly, I feel it's more generous to give Tears of the Kingdom a 2, and more logical, or at least more passionate, to give this game a 0 out of 10. Like, where is the Sheikah stuff? Why does almost no one mention the Calamity except the most token acknowledgements that we still had to go find? Why do the Koroks not remember me? Was there a time skip or not? The copy-pasted cutscenes, Link still standing there doing nothing, fading to black every 10 seconds. The side quests can be completed in those 10 seconds with no story. How insulting some of the puzzles are, being literally shaped peg-shaped hole, still building carts and bridges up until the end of the game, avoiding all enemies in the final level, Zelda not knowing who Ganondorf is, and that Ganondorf laughing face. You know better, Nintendo! But like I said, this right here is Nintendo admitting they don't care even more than giving you a literal piece of shit for completing all the Koroks. They're saying, fuck you. You'll buy this. You bought up our unfinished beta build, which we admitted wasn't done, and you're thanking us for selling us some of the rest of the game for full price plus $10. You'll buy anything we sell with a Zelda or Nintendo on it if we make a cool enough trailer. You used to complain sometimes, like with Skyward Sword's linearity, Wind Waker's Great Sea being too big, the Water Temple being annoying with turning the iron boots on and off. But now you'll just lick ours. We'll give you a half-baked, still unfinished game. Call it a sequel with some of the worst levels we ever made, with a joke of a story and global amnesia, and not fix any of the combat issues, and maybe give you one or two half-decent ideas, so you'll scream, "But the Zonai planes!" if anyone dares to say Tears of the Kingdom 9 out of 10 instead of 16. And guess what? You're gonna say, "Thank you, sir. May I have another?" F*** you. Thanks for your money. Like I said, I can't believe I'm saying this, but you could maybe say at least Breath of the Wild was trying something with complete freedom, and that they were cut short by having to port to the Switch. But there's no excuse here now. Obviously, Nintendo is not monolithic, so some people there did try, but I think we can see here, someone higher up knows Nintendo can put something like this in their game and not be laughed at. It'll just be seen as cute meme fodder, when this should be one of the most dramatic turning points in the whole narrative. Stop praising this game, please. If we don't push back on this, Nintendo is gonna be like Homelander at the end of the season finale of The Boys, where he killed a man and got cheers, and realized he really can do whatever he wants. We pushed back on loot boxes, and we're pushing back on live services. I know we've all got beaten down and used to the corporate exploitation. Heck, I'm sure some of you watching this literally don't know a video game world without that. You grew up with the DLC, the loot boxes, pre-order bonuses, the exploitation, roadmaps, seasons/battle passes, the microtransactions. But I promise you, this is new. This is not normal. And saying Tears of the Kingdom is good is adding being a bad game onto that pile. We can enjoy bad things, sure, but if we can disassociate our enjoyment of the room from its quality, we could do that here.
Oh, hi, Mark.
I know nobody who needs to hear this has watched this long into the video, but let's be honest. Would they have listened if I put it earlier? I don't know. All I know is, I will never buy a Nintendo game again. That game company, the biggest hero of my childhood, and of the 1980s game crash that practically saved the entire video game industry, at least in the West, really did live long enough to become the villain. And it didn't have to be this way. Say what you want about Destiny, but at least Bungie had the gall to say we're done with Halo and to move on. But Nintendo didn't. They could have admitted they didn't want to make another Zelda, but instead just puppeteered the corpse to show how they're willing to degrade themselves and their creations for money, doing a corporate 180 and kowtowing to no formula and no linearity, since those were the main complaints of Skyward Sword. It's like Casa del Lavo said in my comments. I can't believe I'm watching my favorite video game series burn and die, while people are breakdancing on the grave and calling the funeral the best party of all time. But I'd add the party is barely even a party. It's like one looping pop song from 2010 with some room temperature Kool-Aid. But you know, there's enough space to do whatever weird dances you want. And the music is quiet enough that you can play your own portable speaker. So like, is anyone even hosting a party? And Nintendo is there drinking a worrying amount from the flask EA got them and saying some even more worrying things about this being the future of games. I have more to say, but I feel I've just be taking the points from my Breath of the Wild conclusions and slapping a Tears of the Kingdom paint job over them. How fitting. Breath of the Wild hurt me, man, and I didn't want Tears of the Kingdom to do that again. Instead, it came along and salted the wound. Oh well. But you know what? At the end of this, I'm kind of happy. Because I feel I've made my point. I feel, even with everything I've done so far, it's enough to close this chapter of my life and move on. I may come back to Tears of the Kingdom or Breath of the Wild. Like I said, I feel there's more I could say, but I think after, 2.5 years and 10 hours of videos I made by myself in my free time, I've earned a break at least. Especially since it seems like more people are starting to critique Tears of the Kingdom than Breath of the Wild. I may not be as needed. Sure, I didn't finish my Breath of the Wild videos, getting into the story, level design, DLC, or how I'd fix the whole thing. I've touched upon those points though, and I feel I at least showed why it doesn't deserve to be a 10 out of 10. Plus its sequel is out, and everyone's saying it's Breath of the Wild but better, and so what would be the point? I mean, I could maybe continue that series with Tears of the Kingdom story and etc, but I feel I'd just be making the same arguments as these impression videos, but with citations, and yeah, maybe there's value in that, but I brought those concepts up here, and I think my study into Breath of the Wild at least shows why my complaints that aren't directly textually supported, God forbid, might be worth a damn. And I mean, I don't know if I even want to give this game any more free press, even if I'm saying it's bad. I've stated my case, and like they say, all good art is abandoned. Besides, you all are here. Some of you said you wanted to make your own videos and even make your own games. Maybe you all can add your points and perspectives to this topic. I think that would do a lot more than just another video of me saying dominant strategy but Tears of the Kingdom this time, right? I got the ball rolling. Let's see how you guys push it now, right? And, well, I want to talk about A Hat in Time. A game I actually love that revived my love for games by just being so gosh darn happy to be a game. Fitting for after these Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom videos, right? I want to make another Pokemon Nuzlocke video to detail B2 Bomber's sortie over Alola, which, I've never played Sun or Moon. Heck, I don't even want to critique Sun and Moon that much like I did with Pokemon X, because after Tears of the Kingdom, I don't really want to crap on things for a bit. I'll make my positions clear at least. Gotta keep the brand. Speaking of, be sure to check out that Nuzlocke for more channel lore, like who's canonically been making all the robot voices. I mean, heck, I'd also love to make all the videos you all suggested. But at the same time, this is kind of scary. I don't know if you all knew this, but I wanted to be a writer. My first couple of videos were about writing, but I enlisted them to try and help the algorithm here. Heck, I even wrote a book and hucked it in my Breath of the Wild videos, link below. But I feel I've lost a lot of passion for that. Now I'm finishing up what has been my creative endeavors for 2.5 years. We're sailing into uncharted waters. I don't know. We'll see what the future brings. Like Dwight D. Eisenhower said when preparing for Normandy, plans are useless, but planning is essential. Let's not get too ahead of ourselves. Either way, I'm so happy and grateful for you all, for all of you that joined me through this whole experience, all the ups and downs and everything in between. If you liked these games and had fun, I'm happy at least one of us did. If not, I hope I saved you from feeling like me in 2017, wondering if you're insane. Because nah, you just got glitched here to the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom 10 out of 10 universe from the Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom 0 out of 10 universe like me. And if that's true, then you may as well work on your dreams. Because, you know, better to be in the universe where you realized you could do it, whatever it is, right?